Welcome to Film Companion, Sachin, Ravi.
Thank
We
you.
are a film portal, so we aren't as cued into cricket, but thankfully for us, you're cued into Bollywood, so I'm going to keep the questions more in that domain.
Okay.
I want to start off by asking you about a very interesting anecdote I read about the time you disguised yourself to go watch Roja.
Roja. Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, that was the first movie I went to a movie theater with Anjali.
Right.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was in 94 or so. Us friends, in fact, Anjali's father was also with us. And, we had gone in a big group. And just for fun, I had a wig and then wore specs and all that. Those kind of things happened. And before we got inside the theater, not used to managing specs, they fell down and the left side glass just came off. And in spite of that, I was wearing specs and trying to find my way. But eventually,
These
at
guys didn't work.
no interval, somehow, God knows how they recognized me. And then I had to leave the theater.
A film on Sachin Tendulkar is an absolute no-brainer. It makes me wonder what took so long to actually make it happen. But what was the process of convincing him like? Was that easy at all?
Wasn't that easy.
Was it?
I was making about 10, 12 calls a day. A few calls to him, a few calls to his friends, a few calls to people who hang out with him. So it was. It's actually not a no-brainer because it's been a very difficult process to get the structure right of the film. It's because his life has been in the public domain since the age of 12, 13. So it was a challenging process to to get out stuff which has never been spoken before.
When you're talking about making a biopic, you want to be true to your audience. You want
Yes.
to give out as much as you want to, but at the same time, it's your life, and you want to hold back something. Where did you draw the line, Sachin? Was there?
Well, first of all, I've always been true to them.
Yeah.
I've always done everything from the heart. And then people have had opinions, which includes my batting. Everything. Generally, whatever I have done, people have had opinions, which is fair enough. But also, being a private person, I had to kind of balance that out. uh, I also understand that audience would like to see something more, what they have not seen for 24 years on the field. There are many aspects to life. Cricket is obviously one chapter, but there are many other chapters in my life. So we've tried to cover those areas. Something which was really dear to me was my family videos, and then I had to consult all the family members and see to that everyone was comfortable sharing those videos. We had to find a meeting point with all the fans where they also leave the movie theaters, something special with them is left behind, some message maybe, and that footage, because that is something I can 100% guarantee you nobody has seen, because only my family had access to that footage, and we are sharing that with everyone. We are comfortable, and I hope that they'll also find it exciting.
I'm sure they will. We've always seen pictures, visuals of you, even when you're in the dugout waiting to bat up and go bat with headphones on. Music has always been a very important part in
Integral part of my
Very
life,
integral
because you know music, and when it comes to music, we've had some amazing singers. If you haven't had a good game, then when you are feeling slightly low, there are those different tracks and all that. But I grew up in a family where music was really, really important, and every I was in fact named after the great Sachin Dev Burman. So I'm used to listening to music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond till now. There is some great music.
I was just listening to the song Sachin, Sachin, and every time I say it, I have gooseflesh. But I want to know what you feel when the chant happens. Do you remember the first time you heard it? What was it like for you?
First time I heard this was at the age of 5 or maybe 6, because I used to play non-stop. Football or hand tennis, as we used to play. hockey and cricket and badminton,
Gully
all sorts of
cricket.
gully cricket. Yeah, yeah, in front of my building in the playground, and for hours and hours I would play, not bothering about having lunch or even afternoon milk at 4 o'clock and all that. And my mother would be endlessly calling me Sachin, Sachin, standing in the balcony. And I would ignore her. I didn't want to, waste my time doing anything else. And that included, not having my food. So there was not enough fuel for this body to run. But I would still continue doing that. That was the first time I heard
Wow, the chants
Sachin,
began
Sachin.
really.
But then, once you get inside the stadium and 40, 50,000 and sometimes even 80,000 people uh, saying Sachin, Sachin is a special feeling.
You know him over the years. So since we're talking about him in the capacity of a Bollywood star now, what's the filmiest thing you've seen him do?
Filmiest thing I can't say on camera. Yeah, but no, we've tried to keep it as real as possible. He's not acting in the film; it's just real time footage, and the things that has happened in his life. We've tried to recreate those things as real time things. Not told him to do a particular thing or say a particular line.
Dialogue.
So yeah, and he's supposed to be a sportsman. Let him.
That was one of my conditions. I said, I'm not going to act. I said, keep it natural. And if you tell me that I have to sit like this, pose and look into the camera and say a dialogue, no. That doesn't work.
Going around trees will be fun to watch. You spoke about how the real Bahubali is coming with regards to such a biopic.
Yeah.
Give us a sneak peek of really what is in store for fans when they go to theatre.
That was him in front of the camera.
But I think what the fans and the audience will take back home, I think, is the human story, as well as the fans will have a lot of cricket insights. First time he's shown his kid back, so
Oh yeah?
yeah, first time he's shown his kid back in the film. So
We've seen a lot of biopics, whether it's Dhoni, whether it's Azhar. I want to understand from a sportsman's point of view, what according to you are the important factors to keep in mind when you're making a sports film? You watch a lot of.
I'm no expert on this. I would leave this to the directors, because I have spoken. I've given them the required information. Whatever has happened in my life, the way it happened, I've exactly said the same way, and then I've left it to the other half, where, because they've gone through 10,000 hours of footage, 10,000 hours. And then I thought, from 10,000 hours to stitch a film together which makes sense and also is gripping, of 2 hours and whatever, 10 minutes or whatever, I'm not capable of that. You guys do it.
Right. So, but is there a great sports film that you want to recommend to people?
I've seen film on Formula One, I've seen Muhammad Ali, so I've seen Senna. These are some nice movies that I've seen.
So I want to leave by basically asking you, what are the jitters like? Is it different on a Friday before a film release vis-a-vis a match? Take us through
there's
that.
no comparison. I'm telling you, there's no comparison. Going out to walk out in the finals of the World Cup, this is nothing for him. It's me who's feeling the jitters.
How are you feeling right now?
No, it's the feeling is different, but I've been telling him that before we went out to play a match, I would make sure that I ticked all the boxes, pre-match preparation boxes. We just need to make sure that we've ticked all the boxes, and we have. We've given our best. The rest is up to the audience, how they appreciate, accept us.
Super. I can't wait for the film as a billion people are waiting. Thank you so much for talking to Film
Thank you.
Companion.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For more videos like this, subscribe to Film Companion. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat. We're everywhere.